Welcome student. I am Mr. Abhijit Bambre, working as Assistant Professor at Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawhar. In TYBSc Applied Component, there is 2 units from Drug Chemistry and 2 units from Dyestuff Chemistry. That is unit 1st and 2nd from Drug Chemistry. In that we are discuss general introduction to drug, route of drug administration and dosage form, then pharmacodynamic agent, that is CNS drugs. It came from unit 1st, then unit 2nd analgesic and antipyretic, then anti-inflammatory drugs means what, antihistaminic drugs means what, their uses, side effect and synthesis, then cardiovascular drugs, their function, use and side effect, then what is diabetes, what is anti-diabetic agent, how they use, their side effect, then anti-Parkinsonism drugs and drugs for a respiratory system. It's all about a drug chemistry. There is in drug chemistry, in applied component, there is 4 unit, 2 from drugs chemistry and another 2 from the dyestuff chemistry. In drug chemistry, there is 2 unit, that is start from the general introduction to drugs, and second unit end, that is drug for a respiratory system. Today we are going to start unit 3rd, that is came from a chemistry of dyestuff or came from the dyestuff chemistry, that is unit 3rd, introduction to dyestuff industry. What is dyestuff? As we know student, the nature has abundance of a color. There is various color of plant having various color of leaves. They having various shades, various colors, flower and variety of flower having different color like red, yellow, blue, violet, etc. And the bird and butterfly having attractive color. The rainbow consists of VBGR color, means as we know, V means violet, indigo, B means blue, G means green, Y means yellow, O means orange and red means R means reds. There is 7 color in VBGR. As we know, even in prehistoric time, human being has used coloring matter extracted from plant and organism. In prehistoric time, human being has used a color that is mostly extracted from plant and organism in caves painting. For example, Bhimbetka caves in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. The color are extracted, or caves painting where color are used are extracted from plant and organism. Thus color play an important role in life of human being. Let's move. What is dye? What is color? A dye or dyestuff is a usually color organic substance. It is not only organic substance, it is a colored organic substance, may be compound, it may be compound or any compound, or it may be any mixture which applied to the substrate impart color to that substrate. Definition of dye. What is dye? Definition given, that is a dye or a dyestuff is a usually colored organic substance may be compound, it may be mixture which applied to the substrate. They impart color to that substrate. Imparts means to give, to apply. Substrate, where substrate is any textile material, means cloth. It may be paper, it may be leather, it may be plastic material, it may be any waxes, and it may be also cosmetic. They color are it may be toxic or it may be non-toxic. Dye are used in drug and are used to color foodstuff. Actually, dye are used in textile industries. Textile industries means making a cloth. Then dye are used as a paper dyeing, leather, plastic. Dye are used in cosmetic. Dye also used in medicine. Dye also used as a food color. For example, amaranth and turmeric, caramine are natural color were used in food industry like bakery product, beverages, dairy and ice cream. Dye are used in color cold drinks. Dye are used in medicine. Dye are used in food, seafoods. So it may be toxic or it may be non-toxic. Dye are also used, light sensitive dye are used in photography. However, all color substance definition, according to definition, dye or dyestuff is usually a color organic substance, is a colored, but it is a organic substance, may be compound, it may be mixture which applied to the substrate. Where substrate is any textile material, any paper material, leather product or plastic, cosmetic, etc. Actually, color substance may not be dye. Some color substance are may not be dye. For example, azobenzene, even through a colored, is not a dye because it does not get attached to any substrate. Azobenzene are colored, but it does not get attached to any substrate. However, Congo red can be retained by a cotton and hence it is a dye. Definition says any colored organic substance, it may be compound or mixture, which when applied to the substrate, where substrate is any textile material, paper, leather, plastic or waxes, it impart color to that substrate, are called as dye. Type of substrate means paper, leather, plastic, textile material, waxes, etc. Non-toxic dye means food color, are used in bakery product, beverages, dairy product, in dye used in ice cream, cold drinks, medicine, and also used in seafoods. Light sensitive dye are used in photography. Next, what is requirement of an ideal dye? What is requirement of an good dye? There is some properties, there is some criteria which are important for a good dye. Color, chromophore and oxochrome. Then substantivity, solubility, linearity and coplanarity. Then economic viability. Next, Requirement of a good dye. Chromophores. Chromophore is a part of a molecule that is responsible for the color of that molecule. Good dye possess a chromophore and oxochrome. What is chromo? Chroma means a color and phore means a bearer. Word chroma means a color and phore means a bearer. Chromophore is the part of a molecule that is responsible for the color of that molecule, responsible for the color of a colorless compound. Example of chromophore, that is, there is some azo group, thio group, nitroso, azomethane, carbonyl group, ethynyl group are chromophore. Example of chromophore. Then oxochrome. What is oxochrome? An oxochrome, oxa means edgement and chrome means color, is a group. Oxochrome is a group of a atoms that can get attached to a chromophore, thereby increase the colorfulness of the chromophore. They increase the color intensity of the chromophore. Example of oxochrome is amino group, hydroxy group, carboxylic group, etc. or dimethyl amino group. There is so many example of oxochrome. Requirement of a good dye or ideal dye. It possesses chromophore or oxochrome, where chromophore is a part of molecule that responsible for the color, and whereas chromophore is a part of molecule that responsible for the color of that molecule, whereas oxochrome is a group or part of the molecule that when attached to chromophore, they increase the color intensity of chromophore. Got it? Chromophore is actual part of a molecule that responsible for a particular color of that molecule, whereas oxochrome, when attached to chromophore, they increase the intensity of the chromophore. Next, substantivity. It is affinity between dye molecule and substrate, usually textile fiber. Substantivity, it is a very important characteristic of or required for the good dye. Substantivity, it is the affinity between the dye molecule and substrate, usually a textile fiber. The most important requirement of a dye is that it should have a strong affinity to the substrate so that it is retained by a substrate to give it a permanent color. When substantivity means what? There is two molecule. Suppose there is two molecule, one molecule from the dye and second molecule from the substrate. Where substrate, suppose we consider substrate, most of it is a textile fiber, means cloth. Cloth means it is a substrate molecule, and dye molecule means, suppose we taking a red color, dye molecule and substrate molecule. Affinity between substantivity means what? Affinity. Affinity means attraction between substrate molecule and dye molecule. Affinity between substrate molecule and dye molecule are called as substantivity. The most important requirement of a dye is that it should have a strong affinity to the substrate. Dye having strong affinity, attraction to the substrate so that it is retained by the substrate to give it a permanent color. Means affinity is strong, then color is more retained on the substrate and it is a permanent. Force holding. The force holding the dye on the substrate may be physical or even in any chemical forces. The presence of more oxochrome increase the affinity between the dye and the substrate. Suppose we increase, how to increase a substantivity? Then oxochrome is a part of a molecule. They increase the substantivity, they increase the affinity between dye molecule and substrate. What is substantivity? It is affinity. Actually, it is affinity between a dye molecule and substrate. Dye means it any dye, red color, red dye or red color, yellow color. Substantivity means affinity, means attraction between a dye molecule and substrate molecule, where substrate is any. It may be textile material, it may be paper, it may be leather, it may be any cosmetic, any waxes, any plastic material. Got it? The affinity, the attraction between dye molecule and substrate molecule are called as substantivity. Next, solubility. It is a very important factor. The dye is applied to the fiber in the form of it's a solution. Hence, the solubility is a suitable medium like aqueous or organic become an important factor. Solubility is an important factor for a dyeing. Solubilizing group like SO3H and hydroxy group are solubilizing group. They increase the solubility, where medium means it aqueous, and some dye are soluble in aqueous medium and some dye are soluble in organic medium. So it's a matter the dye is either soluble in a aqueous medium or a organic medium. What is linearity and coplanarity? What is linearity? The structure and shape of dye molecule affect the affinity between dye and fiber. The structure and shape of dye molecule, they affect the affinity between dye and fiber. Affinity means attraction between a dye molecule and substrate molecule. So shape and structure are very important. Shape and structure of dye is very important because they affect the affinity between the dye and fiber molecule. Affinity means attraction. The fiber are linear, and if the dye molecule has a linear structure, the fiber means a substrate are a linear, and if the dye molecule has a linear structure, then it can be oriented along the fiber and hence can have stronger attachment to the fiber. Suppose fiber and dye both are linear, there is increase in affinity. Got it? If the dye molecule has coplanar structure, then there can be extensive response resulting in the increase in intensity of color. If dye molecule have coplanar structure, there is increase in intensity of a color. If a dye is coplanar, it can be oriented properly with a substrate, thus increase the van der Waals force between them. If a dye molecule is a coplanar, So there is a increase a van der Waals force. So there is a strong affinity between dye molecule and substrate. Thus, the linearity and coplanarity of dye molecule play an important role in the dye fiber affinity. Got it? Linearity and coplanarity means what? The structure and shape of the dye. The dye molecule, suppose dye molecule are linear and substrate molecule also linear, so there is good affinity between dye molecule and substrate molecule. If then suppose dye are coplanar, they increase van der Waals force. So linearity and coplanarity of dye molecule play an important role in the dye fiber affinity. Next, economic viability. What is economic viability? Preparation in huge quantities, dye are preparation in huge quantities, then cheaper raw material are were used. They matter how dye are cost of means a price of a dye, then simple application of the dye. What is economic viability? Means a production or cost of a dye in market in day-to-day life. They are very important factor. How they easily available in cheaper cost or in a it means a economic viability means a dye is easily available or it is in a cheaper in a low cost. It depend on preparation. The price of dye is depend on preparation in huge quantities where a cheaper material, raw material where are used or not, then simple application of a dye. Dyes are prepared in huge quantity to be applied to the vast amount of fiber and fabric. Hence the cost factor become a important for the dye to be economically viable. Right? It is a cost factor of dye. It is a very important play a very important role in where a dye is economically viable or not. It is purchasable or not. Hence affordable or not. Hence the dye should be prepared from the cheaper raw material using a few steps, so it cost is low. The application of dye should be simple without need of high temperature or pressure. So simple application or we use without need of any temperature or pressure. It is an requirement of a good dye. That is dye having a chromophore and oxochrome. Chroma means color and phore means bearer. Chromophore gives a color, responsible for a color, where oxochrome are part of a molecule which are intensify the chromophore. Then what is substantivity? Second one means substantivity. Substantivity means a affinity between dye and substrate molecule. Then solubility, it is an important factor where some dye are soluble in aqueous solution whereas some dye are soluble in a organic solution. Then linearity and coplanarity. Linearity where when molecule dye molecule and substrate molecule are linear, so affinity is increases. Then economic viability, how dye are economically viable in the market, it's depend on preparation. Then cheap raw material were used. Then it is easy, simple application means easy to apply or easy to use. The application of dye should be simple, means a without need of high temperature and pressure. It's all about a requirement of an ideal or good dye. Thank you.